Hey shutter clickers, I'm back. I haven't done anything since we did the Ennis, Texas shoot about 3 weeks ago. Had some health issues, but then hey, at my age, if you even got health, it's a positive. So, but this morning, I want to talk to you a little bit about how to make a good photograph and show you some pictures. We go to a place, or go through a place called Gulpa Gorge every time we go to town. And Gulpa Gorge is nothing but a road with a pretty good sized creek that runs and winds through. It sits between two mountains. There's nothing there except this creek, the road, and a very small RV park. And we've gone through that, I can't tell you how many times. We have to go through it, like I said, every time we go to town. But for some reason, we stopped just to see what it was all about. And we took some pictures with my LG G6 smartphone. And we kind of made a scouting trip out of it. That was our purpose. We weren't there to really take great photographs. We were just there to scout a little bit and get an idea of if there's a potential of taking some pictures there. And while I was there was a guy taking some snapshots with his iPhone. And I got to thinking, maybe this is a good spot to demonstrate and to show you how composition is much more important than your camera or the technical aspects of shooting. In fact, I'd go so far to say that composition, light, and subject matter is 99% of a good photograph. Camera and the technical aspects of setting up that camera is only 1% of a good photograph. Now some may argue with me on that, but that's fine. You argue all you want. But I'm going to show you how to make a good composition, how light is important, and how subject, without a subject, what are you taking a picture of? So it's summertime. It's a great time to take pictures. It's a great time to be out there. And I hope that you're keeping your shutter clicking. So let's roll that intro and let's get with it now. Okay, this is the first picture, and I'm standing right where the guy was standing when he took his picture with the iPhone. And this is a disaster. This is terrible. It's just a snapshot. It has no meaning. What's the subject? What are you looking at here? I mean, the foreground, there's so much flat, blank foreground. How does that add to it? It doesn't. It doesn't add anything to it. Now, there is potential. I think there is potential. You got the little bridge in the background. You got the waterfall, and you got some nice rocks in the picture. You got the upper right there, you've got some leaves that kind of frame the shot. So there is some potential. But this is what we usually get, and it's a disaster. This is one of those pictures you throw in the drawer and you hope never look at it again. This next picture I zoomed with my feet. I walked as close as I could without getting my feet wet. Now the bridge becomes a subject. You can see the bridge is on the rule of thirds in the upper right hand corner. The creek becomes a leading line that leads up to the bridge. The leaves in the upper right hand corner kind of frame the picture, and along with the rocks in the creek kind of add depth to the picture. And you have a nice reflection of the leaves in the water in the very foreground. So lots of depth, definite subject, a leading line to that subject, and nice framework. It makes a nice photograph. We went from a snapshot to a photograph just by walking about 10 feet. Same spot, only this time I zoomed with a camera just to show you how it changes the perspective entirely. The background's slightly out of focus, it's not real sharp and clear. Well, I don't know what the subject would be here. There's not enough water going over the little waterfall there to become a subject. The only thing it's got going for it is kind of a good reflection in the lower left, and the big rocks are adding depth. Other than that, it's a lousy shot. It's not worth keeping. Okay, I turned around in the same spot and took this picture. Just like the guy that was there before me did. And the creek now is a leading line, but it leads to what? I mean, that black hole way back in the background? I'm not sure what this is all about. No foreground. It's just there. You know, why waste time? This was dumb. You don't even take these kind of pictures. You're just wasting your time. But there might be something here if you just look a little closer. Let's look. Okay, this is a little better by changing to portrait. Notice how it changes the perspective. Makes the creek very dominant. It's a little better. The bent tree in the background there, and I guess you call it the midground, adds a little interest to the composition. But still, not much going on. But it's better than before. But what if we zoom in? Once we zoom in, we get rid of some of the foreground that's not important. Makes the tree more dominant and adds a little depth to the picture. Still not a great shot, but it's a whole lot better than it was before. Okay, we moved downstream a little ways. I crawled down the bank, got my feet a little wet, and took this picture. There is some potential here. What's right about it? Well, there's some interest in the creek. Then, well, what? Not much left. And the bank on the right, why? Why is it in the picture? Look at it, just this big brownish gray glob hanging on the edge of the picture. There must be something here though. I know it's got potential. So let's take a look around. I changed to portrait style, and I think it got worse. But I see something in the background that may have some potential. So let's keep looking around. Okay, here we're still portrait style, but I knelt down, got quite a bit lower, added that big rock in the very foreground, and got rid of, or at least got a lot less of the bank on the right. We're starting to get something here, but we're still not there yet, so let's keep looking. Okay, I zoomed with my feet on this, moved it in about 20 feet, and I see a little tree. See the little tree just off the center of the picture? It's all lit up. The light is there. It's really neat. The big rock on the left on the bank there is kind of pointing to that little tree. The water in the lower left kind of forms a triangle pointing towards the little tree, and then all the rocks in the creek form another triangle kind of pointing to the area of the tree. So the tree now is definitely becoming the subject of the composition, and the light on the tree is just perfect. Here we're still working on the little tree, and I had to zoom in with the camera. I couldn't walk any further without getting really wet. Do have the tree on the thirds. Now I realize that the sun has blown the tree out. That's the 1% where the camera just couldn't get the dynamic range that it had to. But we're getting there, so let's keep working. Okay, I zoomed out with the camera, knelt down, got a little lower. I like the perspective, but the tree gets lost. We still got to do some work. Okay, our final shot here is still the tree. This time I went portrait, got a lot lower, as low as I could get. I zoomed in just a little bit with the camera. The rocks are adding depth. The tree is right in the center. There's no doubt what the subject is, and the light is perfect. I think we got us a photograph. Notice I got a new mic. I hope it works better. It's a Blue Yeti, and it's supposed to be real good. So we'll find out after we process this video. But I just want to conclude here by telling you, we didn't spend more than 10 minutes at each one of these spots scouting these locations. And it just goes to show that you can get a good picture, but you got to move around. You got to be patient. You got to take just a little extra time. We're so eager to get the shot, we jump out of the car, click, get back in the car and take off. Where are we going in such a big hurry? I don't understand that. So get out, take a look around, and you know what I actually do is I go like this, and I know just about how far I got to hold my fingers, and when I hold my fingers right here like that, that is what my LG G6 phone, that's the picture when it's set to a normal setting that it will take. That's what I'll see in the picture right there. And if I want to zoom in, I just move out a little bit, or if of course wide angle, there's no use you can put your fingers up there, but I know right where to put them, and I can look around, I can go up and down, and I can see what my camera is even going to take before I even click the shutter. And you know, we need to do that. We need to be patient. Take some time. You know, try different angles, and always, first and foremost, turn your phone off before you make videos, but first and foremost, always zoom with your feet if you can. Okay, zoom with your feet. You get a much better picture than if you zoom with your camera. So, what did we discuss today? Pick your subject. First and foremost, what is it you want to take a picture of? So often we take pictures and we don't even know what we're taking a picture of. We know there's something out there in that scene that we like and that we want to record for our memories. But pick it out. What one thing in this picture is what the picture is all about. Second of all then, compose the shot to where that subject is the focal point. And remember, foreground and light add interest, but also point to the subject. Those are the rules. They're real simple. And you can do this with an iPhone, a pocket camera, or a real expensive DSLR. But the principles are always the same, whether it's a $50 camera that you got at Walmart or whether it's a $2,000 camera you order from Amazon. So, the important thing though is to get out there and keep that shutter clicking. That's the second most important thing. And the very most important thing is to keep watching and share my stuff. Will you please? Get my numbers up. Hey, have a great day. Have a great summer. Catch you later. Bye for now.